Get ready to discover the amazing journey your favorite sweet treat takes before it reaches your hands. Hold a chocolate bar in your mind. It seems like it was born on a store shelf, but it's actually a world traveler, made from farm crops, minerals, and fossil fuel ingredients that have taken long trips to meet each other. First stop, a hot, rainy place near the equator, where cacao trees grow pods right from their trunks. Inside each bumpy pod are wet cacao seeds, the tiny beginning of chocolate. Those cacao pods are harvested by hand because trees don't line up like factory parts. Farmers use machetes and careful cuts because damaging the tree can reduce future harvests. Now comes a surprising step: fermentation. The seeds sit in boxes or heaps under leaves for several days, warming up as natural microbes work, creating the early chocolate flavors. After that, the beans dry under the sun until they're much lighter and less watery. Drying matters because wet beans can spoil on the long journey ahead. Chocolate isn't just cacao. Many bars also include sugar from tall sugarcane and milk from dairy farms, and sometimes vanilla from orchids. Here's the Earth Connection twist. Even the wrapper has a backstory. Paper often starts as trees grown in managed forests, and that shiny inner foil can come from metal mined from rock. Taking resources changes landscapes. We need farmland and minerals for things people use every day, but that also means we have to protect wildlife habitats, save water, and prevent waste, so nature can keep doing its job. Next, the beans travel, sometimes by truck over bumpy roads, to a port. Imagine giant containers stacked like building blocks, ready to cross an ocean on a ship as long as a neighborhood. At the chocolate factory, the beans get roasted in huge rotating drums, like supersized ovens. Roasting brings out that deep chocolate smell and makes the shells easier to crack. Then comes cracking and winnowing. Machines smash the beans and blow away the papery shells. What's left are cacao nibs, the crunchy treasure that becomes chocolate. Now for the transformation magic. Nibs are ground until they turn into a thick, flowing paste called cocoa liquor. It's weird but true. Chocolate can start as a liquid. To make a smooth bar, machines mix in sugar and milk powder, then refine it until the particles are tiny. It's like turning a gravel road into a silky slide for your tongue. Next is conching, where giant paddles knead warm chocolate for hours. This helps remove harsh flavors and makes chocolate taste mellow and rich. Then the factory does a temperature trick called tempering. By heating and cooling in just the right way, the chocolate forms crystals that make it shiny and snappy instead of dull and crumbly. Robots or workers fill molds, vibrate out air bubbles, and cool the bars until they pop out clean. This is the moment liquid becomes bar. Now the wrapper. Paper is cut, foil is folded, and the bar gets sealed to stay fresh. Packaging uses materials and energy, but it also prevents food waste, which is another big footprint we're trying to shrink. Your bar might travel thousands of miles by ship, train, and truck before it reaches the store. Different ingredients can come from different countries, meeting up like a puzzle that only fits together at the factory. Finally, it arrives. One small bar, after months of growing, hauling, heating, mixing, cooling, and wrapping. That's a lot of earth and human effort for a snack that can disappear in minutes. So what happens next is partly up to you. Enjoy it, share it, store it so it doesn't melt and get wasted. And when you're done, put the wrapper where it belongs, because every bite has a long story behind it. And we're learning to make that story kinder to the planet.